Hey Dagmar, it's Steven. I'm going to take you through the steps of what you need to do before you back up all your data. And we're going to be working on the gateway computer. That's the computer near the window. And the first thing I want to do is I want to go into my computer and I want to navigate to where I believe it'll say Seagate drive. It's the K, or it could change. It could be another drive. But you want to open that up and you want to actually go into you have two folders: Dagmar PC Backup and Gateway Backup. And you want to go in here, and obviously I don't have anything in here, but what's going to happen is when you do go in there, you're going to see your backup files, and you can put your cursor over here or look at the date, and just make sure it's backing up. Look for the latest backup, and then once you've done that, you can close that out. It's just I like to always check that. The next thing you need to do is in the lower right corner is the little icon, the little green icon says safely remove hardware, and if I double click that, that opens up. We need to stop the hard drive from running, so you would select your Seagate drive, the K drive, or whatever drive it is, and click stop, and you might have to do this a couple times. If it doesn't stop it, you'll just have to unplug, the hard drive. Okay, so um, once once that's actually stopped, then you can, swap out the hard drives. All right. Now, once you've swapped out the hard drives, and it takes, a little while for it to connect and get recognized by the system, go back into my computer, navigate back, to the hard drive, and this time you're going to go back in here to your two folders, and you're going to delete all the old files because these are old files, and you don't really need these because it doesn't take long to fill up your hard drive. So you're going to go to each one and delete everything, and then when you're done, you can close this out. And now we're ready to actually go into Acronis. I'm going to open up Acronis, and I'm going to click Go to Main Screen, and it takes a while for this to load. And on the gateway, there's only one backup setting, and that's because you just have the C drive, and it's going to take a short while for this thing to load. Just waiting here. And what's going to happen is when this displays, we're going to actually delete. We're going to remove this from the list because it's for the old backup, and we just deleted the file, so we don't need that anymore. And just waiting. It should load any second now. That's one thing about the new Acronis. It's just very, very slow. And let's see here. Here we go. Okay, so you're going to have one of these right here. It's going to say C drive. You want to click on Operations, and then More, and then Remove from List. And then remove that, and there should not be anything here. Okay, once that's done, now we're going to create a brand new backup. So I'm going to come up here to Disk and Partition. I'm going to click on here. You want to make sure the C drive is selected. I'm going to come down here to Destination. I'm going to click Browse. Sometimes you'll have to scroll all the way down. I'm going to click Browse. And now we're going to navigate to, oops, that's not the right. I'm going to navigate to the Seagate drive. And then I'm going to pick, for instance, this is the gateway. I want to make sure I pick the gateway folder. And then down here, this is where you're going to name it. Like, for instance, I always like to name it like, C drive, and then gateway, and then you can put in the month, May, and you can, if you want, you can type in backup or not. And then I'm going to click OK, and then double check the path here, right? And then in your case, you'll probably have more of a path. The next thing I like to do is I like to come down here to backup scheme. I'm going to click one time on the version chain. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to pick custom, and then I'm going to set this to incremental. That's all I have to do. I'm going to pick OK. And then the last thing we need to do is our schedule. I'm going to click turn on, and I actually have the gateway backing up at 3 a.m. So I'm going to say 3 and 3 a.m. And then I'm going to come down here to advanced settings, and I'm going to remove this because you want to have it working for the hibernating computer. So it's going to back up daily every morning, and I'm going to pick OK. And then that's everything is set. And I'm going to come down here, and I don't want to back up now, so I'm going to pick later. And then as soon as I do that, this is the actual backup we just created right here. And so that's set. Now, I did want to say one thing. When you go to back up the Dagmar PC, um, you're going to have to physically go and sit down on the Dagmar PC computer. And I'm actually going to remove this one because we really don't need this. This is the one we just created. Um, and what's going to happen is I'm just going to kind of take you through the steps here. So in other words, you're gonna be sitting on your Dagmar PC and you're gonna start Acronis. You're gonna go through the same steps we did to get here. I'm gonna click disk and partition. Now it's a little bit different here. We're gonna back up the C drive. So you're gonna go through what we just did here. You're gonna go down here and you're gonna pick browse. And the thing about um, the PC Dagmar machine is you're going to have to go to network place, entire network, and you'll have to keep, it'll say world class, I think, and then you'll click here, and then it's going to say what you're looking for is, I believe it says iOmega Backup, and that's the one you want to click, and then you want to navigate, and then you'll navigate to the Dagmar PC folder, and then you'll go through the steps of doing everything you did here. And then once you create the backup for the C drive, you'll go through all the steps we just did. You'll go through and set this and the chain and the schedule. And then you'll do later, and then you'll go ahead and you'll do that, and then you'll finish, and then you're going to go back in. You're going to repeat the same thing, but this time you're going to do the um, I don't have an E drive, but you would do um, the E drive. And just so you know, the the C drive is, you normally have it set to back up at 12 a.m. and the E drive is set to back up at 4 a.m. So the way it works is you have the Dagmar PC C drive backs up at 12, the Gateway C drive backs up at 3, and then the Dagmar PC E drive backs up at 4 a.m. And that's, and then once you set it, that's it. Let it. I would swap them out every month because and I wouldn't wait more than a month for two reasons. One, um, you can end up filling up the hard drives, and two, God forbid, if something happens, you want to make sure you have fresh data. You have a fresh data backup. So anyway, I'm going to put this on YouTube. Well, actually, I'm going to put this on a hard drive, and when I come over, I'll give it to you, and you can actually put it up in your YouTube account, which will be better than Jing. This will be a much better video. So anyway, hope this helps.